Hello students, this is Mahesh Javalkar from Maratha Polytechnic, and today I am posting my next video on analog electronic circuits, in which I will be explaining what are class A power amplifiers. So the topic for this is class A power amplifier. Now in this we are going to see what are large signal amplifiers and a power amplifier, what is class A power amplifier. Then we will see types of class A amplifiers, in which we can have class A series fed amplifier and class A or transformer a coupled amplifier. Then we'll see advantages and disadvantages of class A amplifier. So the meaning of large signal amplifier whenever we speak will be a power amplifier. Large signal amplifiers are also known as power amplifier. They are into action of amplifying the power, voltage into current. Okay. If you have only voltage amplification, then it is called as small signal amplifier. But when you are having power amplification, then you are speaking about large signal amplifier. Okay. Then if you see what is a power amplifier, it is an electronic amplifier designated to increase the magnitude of power of a given input signal. So this is very important. It is going to increase the magnitude of power. We are not specifically speaking of voltage or current. We are speaking about power. Voltage into current is power. The power of the input signal is increased to a level high enough to drive loads of output devices like speakers, headphones, RF transmitters, etc. Okay, so you are increasing the power with this amplifier to drive the applications like speakers, headphones, transmitters, RF transmitters, radio frequency, etc. Okay, so this was a definition of what is power amplifier. Now these power amplifiers can be classified as class A amplifier, class B amplifier, class AB amplifier, class C amplifier, class D amplifier, and so on. Now this classification depends upon the operating of the output current, whether the output current is going to flow for the complete cycle, or whether it is going to flow for half cycle, or whether it is going to flow for half cycle or more than half cycle or less than half cycle. Depending on that, the classification of a power amplifier is going to take place. And today, from that classification, here we are going to see what is class A power amplifier. So if you see the definition of class A power amplifier, so a class A power amplifier is one in which the output current flows for the entire cycle of the AC input supply. This is a very basic statement and important statement. The output current flows for the entire cycle of the AC input. Okay. So now here, if you take a input cycle, okay, if you take an input cycle, if you can see here, if this is your input cycle, okay, and now this input cycle is amplified by class A power amplifier, then you will get an output, so amplified version like this. Now this is a complete output cycle from 0, this is your 0 point, till 360 degree, or it is 2 pi. Okay, so the full cycle has been amplified. Okay, full cycle has been amplified. There is no clipping of any part of the waveform. So this was your input, so and this is your output, and output you are having the collector current flowing for the complete cycle like this. Okay, so there is nothing clipped over here, and the complete cycle will be amplified. You have to choose your operating point of the amplifier such that you will get a complete cycle at the output. This is your class A operation. Okay, hence the a complete signal present at the input is amplified at the output. Okay, then if you see it on a graph of output characteristics of a transistor in common emitter configuration, then you can see here y-axis we have taken as a collector current, which is your output current. Okay, so this is your output current, and the x-axis is voltage between collector and emitter. This is output voltage. Okay, and on this you're going to draw the AC load line, which we have already studied. So this is your AC load line. So AC load line is a load line which is drawn with respect to the AC input and the AC load. Okay, so AC load is there. With respect to that, how the amplifier is going to work. Now, in on this AC load line, the most important point what you're going to choose is the operating point Q. This operating point Q, operating point Q. Okay, now this operating point, if you superimpose the input waveform, see here, this is the center line we have taken, and this is the line Q1 line, and this is Q2 line, and here you can see your complete cycle, negative and positive. Okay, so negative and positive. Now this cycle is your input waveform. This is your input waveform. Now this same input waveform, when you superimpose on this, and on the collector side, if you take the output with these three lines, then you will get the output, the complete cycle output you will get here. So this is your output waveform, which is for complete cycle, positive and negative half cycle. So full from 0 till 2 pi, complete cycle has been amplified. So the collector current is flowing from 0 to 2 pi. For the full cycle, the collector current is going to flow. This is your class A operation. Okay. Now, in this class A amplifier, we will see what are the types we are going to study here. So the first type we are going to study is class A series fed power amplifier, which is also called as directly coupled amplifier. And second one is class A transformer coupled power amplifier. Okay. So first we'll see class A series fed amplifier. So this is the circuit of class A series fed amplifier. So here you can see you are having a transistor BJT. So this is your BJT. It is a NPN transistor. So this is N, this is P, and this is N. So this is your emitter side, this is your base side, and this is your collector side. Okay, so it is common emitter configuration. Emitter is made common to both input and output circuit. Okay, now here you see the VCCs are given here. The DC supply is given here, and that VCC will make a current flow through R1 and R2. Now this voltage across R1, VR1, and this voltage across VR2. Okay, R2, we'll see that the transistor is properly biased in active region. Our transistor is properly biased in active region, active region. So we don't want the transistor to bias in saturation or cutoff. We want it to bias in active region, and that too very perfectly at the center, most probably at the center of the load line. So here you can see on this load line, AC load line, we have taken this point, this operating point Q at the center. Okay, so that input signal, whatever is there here, this input signal will be completely taken at the output. This complete signal you can see at the output from 0 till 2 pi. Okay, 2 pi, that is 360 degree. Okay, now here in this figure, RE and C2, this RE and C2 are used for stabilization, and RL is the load R resistance, or the collector R resistance here on top, RL. So RL is one where you will take the output voltage. Okay, so this is your RL. So here you can see this is your RL. So output is taken here. So output is taken here. So output will be this with respect to ground. You will get a amplified version here. Okay, and for this output you are giving input over here before C1, blocking a capacitor. So here you are going to give your input. So here you can see you are going to give your input. So here your input wave will be there. So the input wave will be amplified at the output, and the complete wave you are going to get at the output. The complete waveform will come. No part of the waveform will be clipped. Okay. Now the only thing over here is it is like your directly a coupled amplifier. So here you will be having this load RL. Okay, now this RL, when the ICEQ current flows through it, it will dissipate certain power, which will be a wastage power. So that will be a disadvantage of this circuit. But at present, to know that this is a class A series fed amplifier. Okay, so it is giving you class A operation. Okay, then if we go to see the maximum output power, and then we are going to see what is the efficiency. Okay, so first if you start with the maximum output power, the output power is the given as product of RMS, collector to emitter voltage, VCE. This is VCE, and the RMS collector current IC. Okay, so output power is equal to VCE into IC. Okay, now if you take the RMS values of that, VCE can be given as 0.707 VCEQ, and IC will be given as 0.707 ICQ. Okay, now you multiply these RMS values and take the output power. So output power by multiplying the voltage RMS values. Okay, so this if you take, it will come as 0.5 VCEQ into ICQ. Output power will come as 0.5 VCEQ into ICQ. Okay, so if you go to see the maximum overall efficiency, which is given as eta naught maximum, so here you can see the efficiency is given as, okay, efficiency is given as average AC output power. So here you can see this is the average AC output power. This is average AC output power upon average DC input power. So this is average AC output power upon average DC input power. So here you are having this average DC input power. Now, which is nothing but P naught upon PDC. So here we have given that efficiency is equal to P naught upon PDC. Okay, so here you can see it is P naught upon PDC. Okay, this is P naught upon PDC. So we know that P naught, what we have done in our last expression, is 0.5 VCEQ into ICQ. Okay, and PDC we know that it is VCC into ICQ. So PDC is nothing but VCC into ICQ. Okay, therefore efficiency will be equal to 0.5 VCQ into ICQ upon VCC into ICQ, where VCC can be given as 2 VCEQ. Okay, then the maximum efficiency here will be 0.5 VCEQ upon 2 into VCEQ into ICQ. Okay, so this is nothing but your maximum efficiency will be 0.5 upon 2, which is 0.25, which is around 25% for 100. If you take the percentage, it is 25%. So it is the maximum efficiency for series fed class A amplifier. Okay, so in class A operation, we can get maximum efficiency till 50% also. But this series fed class A amplifier is giving you an efficiency of 25%. Now we want to increase this efficiency. Now this efficiency can be increased if you go to class A transformer coupled amplifier. Now the only change what you're doing here is this load RL you are not going to have here. So here you can see you are not having load RL, but you are having a transformer primary and a transformer secondary at the collector region. So this is your BJT, this is again your NPN, this is collector, this is base, this is emitter. Okay, this is stabilization network, this is biasing network. Okay, this is blocking a capacitor, and this is the input signal, and here you are going to get the output signal which will drive the loudspeaker. Okay, now what is the idea behind putting a transformer in the collector region? Okay, so if you remember the class A series fed amplifier, in that part where a transformer is here, in that part we had load resistance RL for the collector region. Okay, now that load resistance RL is directly connected in the output circuit of the amplifier, and the operating current, which is called as quiescent current, ICQ, passes through it. This current represents a waste of power because it does not contribute to the AC output. It is equal to PCQ into RC. Okay, so this problem is solved by a suitable transformer for coupling the load to the amplifier stage as shown in the circuit diagram for a transformer coupled amplifier. Since the primary winding of a transformer has a low resistance, therefore the power absorbed in the winding is negligible as compared to the resistive load what we used in series fed amplifier. So here the a transformer is going to increase your efficiency when the transformer is connected to the load circuit here at the collector region. So it is not going to dissipate or waste any power here, and it will see that the efficiency of class A power amplifier increases. That is the advantage of connecting a transformer in the collector region in this transformer coupled power amplifier. Okay, so here if you see the output power equation, so here output power P naught is given as, okay, P naught is given as 0.5 into VCEQ into ICQ. For ideal transformer, VCEQ is equal to VCC. Therefore, P naught will be equal to 0.5 into VCC into ICQ. So maximum overall efficiency, okay, will be equal to zero point 0.5 VCC ICQ. So here you can see it is 0.5 VCC ICQ upon VCC into ICQ. So what remains is VCC into ICQ will get cut and 0.5 will remain, which is nothing but 50%. Now here you can see the efficiency of a transformer coupled class A amplifier is 50%, whereas the efficiency of series fed class A amplifier was 25%. So you have doubled the efficiency by just replacing the load resistance RL of series fed into a transformer. Okay, and this has become a transformer coupled amplifier. So you have increased the efficiency to 50%. So here is the reasoning. Using transformer coupling technique, the efficiency of an amplifier can be enhanced, means increased to a great extent. The a coupling transformer provides good impedance matching between the load and the output, and it is the main reason behind the improved efficiency. Okay. Then we'll go to see the advantages of class A amplifiers. So here the advantage is the current flows for a complete input cycle. It can amplify small signals also. The output is same as input and no distortion is present. So these are the advantages. Then if you see the disadvantages of class A amplifier, it has low power output and low collector efficiency. So maximum we have seen the efficiency will be 50% or below that. Okay. Then if you go to see the applications of class A amplifier, the class A amplifier are more suitable for outdoor musical systems since the a transistor reproduces the entire audio waveform without ever cutting off. As a result, the sound is very clear and more linear. That is, it contains much lower levels of distortion. Okay, so it is used in musical systems, outdoor musical systems. Clear? Thank you, students. So this was the explanation for class A power amplifier.